Well, I'd say let's take a look at... I'd love to have a co-commentator, Domus. It's just that I don't have anyone lined up for today, so... I'm flying solo until someone puts in a quarter, so to speak. But as I was saying, we can play a game that is interesting in that it is based on an American franchise, but the game was never actually released in the US. I think that this is one of the few official games based on the franchise that was never released in the US at all. I am, of course, speaking of Batman. Just listen to that main menu music. Yeah, this is the good stuff. Classic Batman logo. Alright. Now, this is a bit of a curious game, in that it is not an action game, it's not an adventure game, it is a maze navigator item collecting game. Batman has a certain amount of time in which he must collect all the pieces of evidence. Without touching any mimes, because mimes kill you. Dr. Psychobabble pretty much nails it here, I think. It's pretty much Bat Bomberman in reverse. It is a very weird take on the franchise, honestly. Also, there is no way to permanently disable an enemy. All you can do is stun them and then throw them out of the screen, and they will respawn just a few seconds later somewhere else in the map. So there's no way to just clear the place out. You also pick up such amazing power-ups as the Bat Boots that increase the speed at which Batman walks. He had those in the comics, right? Bat Boots? Yeah. As you can tell, this is a very, very weird way to use the Caped Crusader. I mean, sure, he's the world's greatest detective and all, but really collecting pill bottles? 6 packs of beer? Does it need the Joker's fingerprints or something? I have no idea. Now watch out for the blue mime. The blue mime is faster than ordinary mimes. Now check these spawns out. Dick move. This is actually one of very few excuse me. One of very few PC Engine games I played before starting this library run, because I've heard of it several years back and just decided to give it a go. Let's see. Domus should be joining us now, I think.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. The question is, can the stream hear you? Yes, they can hear you. Wonderful. You're pretty quiet though, so feel free to raise the volume on your end if you can.
Let's try that. Any better?
Yep, that is definitely a bit louder on my end. So
all right.
nice.
Is that a naked pair of buttocks in the window?
Maybe. What do you want to know?
I'm just, I'm curious, to be honest. It seems a little bit of an odd thing for a Batman game.
You are curious about butts, is that it?
As related to Batman, in any case.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And so on and so on. Any case, welcome on the stream, Domus.
Hi, everybody. So, all these pill bottles and various things, these are all evidence?
I suppose so. It is never actually stated why Batman is collecting these, but I suspect that they have something to do with the Joker's next crime or something. Where exactly we are and why the stuff is spread out all over the place, I have no idea, but
I'm sure it's all explained in the instruction manual.
yeah, one of those paragraph-long descriptions of an entire plotline.
Well, if Alex Kidd could have comics, or at least I know Keith Courage did, there's no reason Batman can't.
Yeah. Whoa! Jeez, this guy's fast. Ah!
I didn't know mimes came in a special fast-forward mode.
Yeah, blue mimes. Whoa, 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 whoa. It should be noted that the wind-up animation on the batarang throwing is pretty long, so if you happen to miss or an enemy spawns in while you're busy throwing at someone else, you may be in trouble.
I hope that's supposed to be sewer water and not a conveyor belt that's scrolling, because it honestly is a bit confusing.
That looks like sewage. Okay, that guy just completely ignored my batarang. Let's see. There we go. I wonder if this game is going to get any more interesting, honestly. Oh hey! Traffic! Well, that's one way to mix it up. You're all arrested for jaywalking.
I want to see Batman get hit by a truck. Just out of curiosity.
Whoa! And that is how exciting that is. He just kneels down and receives a halo.
Because he's that awesome. You should also run out of time and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. That and running out of lives, which happens first. Right, let's see if we can just hide and let the timer run down, basically.
We have about 2.5 minutes to fill with. So there's Batman sitting there.
Well, he does do that a lot. I mean, the whole skulking thing.
That's true. They don't really show that in movies, but there's a lot of Batman's skulking in corners.
Anyone who's played Arkham Asylum at any of the higher difficulty levels knows all about that.
I feel bad, but I struggled with it even on easy. I was not a very good Batman.
Well, that's fine. You enjoyed the game at least, I hope.
Yes, it was quite an enjoyable game. I thought it was more fun for a lot of the stuff that was extra, the running around and finding Riddler clues and stuff like that, than any particular Batman-y, look at me, I'm cool kind of part.
Yeah, I also really like the exploration aspect, actually. I have 100% in that game.
I don't know, it's almost a little bit Metroidvania-y, and all the backtracking you must have to do to get 100%.
How upgrades unlock different parts and so on. But I think that actually lent itself really well to a Batman game. Since it allowed them to play on the whole greatest detective thing without actually turning it into CSI.
Yeah, detective mode was really cool.
It was a shame that it was so good you never actually had to leave it.
Yeah, I'm sure there were parts of it that were beautifully textured and rendered that I never saw. Because, you know, detective mode.
Yeah, but at least now that they're doing Arkham City, they have claimed in interviews that they... Whoa, okay, he spawned right in me. That they figured out that yes, detective mode was a bit overpowered, and something like 60% of the people that played Arkham Asylum admit to having not even seen half of the game. What the hell, the time we just reset.
Oh my god, so that's not because you died, I imagine.
No. The hell? Did someone drop a time power up or something?
Cheating mimes.
Oh well, let's just walk out into traffic.
Okay.
Oh. I'm not allowed to cross the road unless I'm actually on the crossing. Nice.
Batman does not break the law.
I am the law. No wait, that's just Dredd. Also, if you're touched by blinking Batman, you die instantly. True fact.
Is that like Chuck Norris's tears?
Only a lot less mimetic and terrible.
Yes. So, if Joker vans are the only thing actually on the street, I think the Joker has kind of already taken over the city.
Yeah, and judging by the layout of the architecture, he's probably been working for the city for quite a while. Right, this is level 10, and it's not getting any different, is it? Let's just go on and get shot. Well, we set a new high score if nothing else. Not too surprising, really. 54,100 completely arbitrary points. Hooray! And the password is front Batman, Batman, back Batman, and a left walking Joker.
How are you supposed to write that down?
You draw 3 awesome Batman pictures and an awesome Joker picture, and then you put it up on your wall so that you'll never forget it. I just really like the main menu music. And this is actually, I mean, this is an officially licensed game based off the 1989 movie with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. But it was only released in Japan, and it had nothing to do with the movie, apart from the character designs. How did this happen? I do not know.
I've seen a lot more inexplicable licensed products. It was probably just going with the flow.
Probably, yeah. Well, now that we played 2 perfectly decent games, I suppose it's about time we play a bad game.